Stadium lights and screaming crowds define the cultural image of a 90s frontman. It is a world characterized by pure, unfiltered glamour. But the harsh reality of touring with a band like the Gin Blossoms is defined by pure logistical exhaustion. Playing 100 shows a year means spending most of your life in airport security lines or on the back of a tour bus. This scale shows the actual breakdown of a touring musician's life. For every single hour Robin Wilson spends performing on stage, he endures roughly 12 hours of transit. This creates a specific problem for a watch collector. A fragile vintage piece might easily get smashed against a heavy amplifier during loadout, but a massive plastic digital watch often looks out of place under the spotlight. A touring musician's collection has to function as a dual-purpose toolkit. These pieces must survive extreme physical exhaustion, while acting as a psychological switch that triggers stage confidence the second the music starts. To survive the heavy transit side of that ratio, Wilson relies on the oversized, bulletproof G-Shock Rangeman. This piece features highly specific utilitarian tools, including automatic world time synchronization and a built-in altimeter to calculate elevation based on atmospheric pressure. This specific Rangeman has operated at the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro and braved the ice of Everest Base Camp, environments far more punishing than a weekend hike. When navigating the blur of global time zones, Wilson steps up to a Tudor Black Bay 58 GMT. This mechanical tool allows a frequent flyer to quickly click the local hour hand forward or backward upon landing. Even within these functional choices, Wilson adheres to a strict visual rule. Whether it's a plastic Casio or a luxury Tudor, he gravitates toward an aggressive black and red color palette. During those 12 hours of travel, the watch operates as survival gear. It protects the wearer from heavy physical impacts and prevents the disorientation of jumping across multiple time zones. Once the venue goes dark, raw utility gets left in the dressing room. For that single hour of performance, the wrist requires mid-century aesthetics. The Hamilton Ventura features radical asymmetric lines, designed in 1959. It is a retro-futuristic design that permanently connects to the original rock and roll frontman, Elvis Presley. The Ventura's sharp geometry shares the same design language as the iconic Gibson Flying V electric guitar, an instrument released that exact same year. The tag Heuer Monaco offers a similar edge. Its square case features faceted metallic indices designed to reflect chaotic stadium lighting like a mirror ball. Wearing a Monaco allows Wilson to channel the aura of Steve McQueen, providing a direct injection of confidence before stepping out to thousands of people. Under the stage lights, a watch becomes psychological armor, a specific aesthetic choice intended to help a frontman command the room. There is one concept that bridges the harsh reality of travel and the flash of the stage, the total embrace of physical wear. The vintage Seiko Pogue chronograph carries this weight. It is a space race artifact used in orbit during the 1970 Skylab missions. That same childhood space race nostalgia drew Wilson to his Omega Speedmaster, the watch that first gave him the feeling of being an adult. He refuses to have the metal on these chronographs polished. He takes pride in the deep gouges he left on his Speedmaster after a hard crash on a skateboard. A stage-worn mechanical watch requires the same treatment as a 50-year-old Les Paul guitar. To erase the dents and scratches is to destroy the history of the object itself. That heavily scratched Speedmaster recently reached the end of its time on tour. Wilson gave it away to his brother. The watch is destined to be handed down again to Wilson's son, completing a 3-generation life cycle of ownership. The value of a collection comes from how these objects adapt to the contradictory demands of a life on the road, rather than market hype or retail price tags. These watches prove that the most compelling objects exist at the intersection of rugged utility and specific self-expression. They are tools built to survive the hard road, designed to help you shine when you finally arrive.